What?
One on the side, one on the back. 2 doors.
There's just 2 here?
Yeah.
These are the only 2 doors.
Yeah, the one on the back and this one right here.
So just this one and that one.
Yeah.
There's only 2 doors.
3. This one, and on the back there's another one.
Okay. Ryan, you're on my right, please, with the extra signs. You're just on my right. You're on my right.
Do you want Yura to say it instead?
No, I want you to say, get in there now, please. Now they already know it's you. Well, Yura can do it. That's fine. I don't care. But she's got to record it, okay? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are at Byron Donalds' little event here in Lake City, asking him why he won't debate us, why he refuses, even though we are second in his own fake polls, why he thinks he's better than Donald Trump in 2016, that he won't even debate us once. Donald Trump in 2016 debated his opponents 11 times. Byron Donalds won't even debate us once, even though in his own fake polls, we're in second place. That's fine. He'll be arriving here very shortly. Hey, baby.
Hey.
Where'd you look?
I like the shiny front.
Remember, we had the text go out for the extra people to be showing up around 2:30. So as people come out, be monitoring that.
Anybody that wants to come in, come on in.
Of course, it's open for everybody.
Everybody can come in.
Don't block the doors, guys. Make sure we're not blocking any doors here.
Thank you.
These gentlemen are just doing their job.
Matter of fact, you gotta move back.
Just walk the line. Usually monitoring here, people come in. You're going to know who's for us and who's not, right? Give them a sign. Let's do this. Charles, I need you to manage this choreographically. Charles, so Ryan's going to give him a sign. You direct him accordingly. All right, remember, don't block the door or anything. We want to give everyone access in and out.
Everyone needs access to the building.
But you need to cover that next side next, all right?
You were given fair access without being harassed at the Republican Party, the Republican committee meeting the other night. Why don't you do the same?
We're not blocking any doors.
Why don't you do the same?
Why doesn't Byron Donalds debate me? Why doesn't he debate me? He's a DEI hire. You know it. He's a DEI hire. He thinks he's black, and that's why he can be our governor. He's a DEI hire. Enough. Go to the Democrat Party. I don't want to hear it. I was given equal access. Of course, we're not denying anyone access. Anybody's able to walk in. We encourage them.
Do a compilation with all of these.
Beautiful. Patriot. You don't have to be supporting us to want every candidate to have a debate. Ron DeSantis said as much. President Trump debated 11 times in the primary.
And didn't CBS News just announce
They just announced it.
on July 15th?
We've
between you
accepted.
and Renner?
Renner has been invited. Donalds has been invited. I've been invited. We've all accepted, except him. Why is that? And he says, well, the RPOF, what is the RPOF? The average voter doesn't know or care what the Republican establishment says. President Trump thought of the voters enough to debate 11 times when he first ran for president. And Byron Donalds won't even give us one debate. You know the polls, even in Byron Donalds' own cooked polls, we're in second place. He deserves to share his vision on stage. And if he wins that debate, he'll be the next governor. If I win that debate, I'll be the next governor. But the people of our state, the people of Columbia County, they deserve a debate, and that's what we're fighting for here.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
James Fishback. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Janie Graziani.
Hey, Janie.
Nice to meet you.
You live here?
I do. Actually, not too far from here. It's my husband, Kib.
Hey, how are you? I grew up in Fort Lauderdale. I grew up coming to Itchitucky to see family up here a couple times a
I
year.
grew up doing that too.
It's just fun.
It
I'd rather go there than one of these water parks.
Yeah, Itchitucky's a lot of fun.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Little
beautiful.
chilly though.
What's important to you?
Yep, that's a great idea.
Cost of living. Of course, in Florida, it's not so bad.
Not New York bad, not California bad,
Oh.
but we can still do work. You know, my favorite Hemingway quote is, don't judge yourself by your fellow man, judge yourself by your former self. And we know we're already better than California and New York in affordability, but we're not as good as we used to be. It's really, really hard right now.
Things could be better.
They could be. And one thing for me, my grandmother lived on Social Security till she was 97. Those Social Security checks, the cost of living adjustment, does not reflect the real inflation that we're feeling here on the ground.
That's true.
And that's one thing that I'm fighting to fix. They say inflation was 3.4% last year. No, it wasn't. And they're shortchanging Social Security recipients. That's part of our platform, fourth generation Floridian. I have zero political experience, like Ronald Reagan did in 80, like Trump did in 16. I'm a business guy. My wife and I, we love our state, and we want to keep Florida, Florida.
Great.
So
what is your number one policy?
the number one policy I have, I would say, is what can we do to bring down the sky-high inflation in our state, whether it's property insurance, health insurance, auto insurance, even the electric bill. Little known fact, the governor of Florida appoints commissioners to approve every single FPL electricity price increase. They cannot legally raise our prices unless a government commission approves it. And that government commission has approved every single one in the last 22 years. So we got to get the rubber stamping out of there. We have to unleash nuclear energy in our state. What France has been able to do, I'm no fan of France in other regards, but in the regard of nuclear energy, France has been able to bring down their electric bills by 40 to 50% by establishing new nuclear power plants. And I would do the same thing here. We have two. We used to have three, one on Crystal River, if you remember that. Let's see what we can do to open 2 to 3 new nuclear power plants over the next 8 years. And we won't just stop your electric bills from going up. We will actually bring them down, and that saves you money.
What type of work do you do now?
I'm an investor. I ran an investment firm called Azoria. Last year alone, we invested $40 million in companies that were doing the crazy thing, which is rejecting DEI and hiring people on their skills, talents, and abilities. Started a free high school debate league in the state with over 10,000 students. I now live in Madison, grew up in South Florida, fourth generation Floridian. And I got to tell you, if Ron DeSantis could run for a third term, I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
He's the greatest governor we ever had.
He is.
Sadly, the term limits apply to him, but not Pelosi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But
That's a problem.
we need somebody who's going to
I
fight.
hope that changes.
Yeah. So,
What do you think of DeSantis's homestead tax?
well, I support the proposal that he
Tax
sent to the
reduction.
legislature. Per usual, the legislature waters down our good governor's instincts. So they've watered it down a little bit. They're going to go 150 on homestead exemption and then 250 in 2028. So what that means is if you got a $250,000 home, you're going to pay zero, but you're still going to pay your school taxes. My view on property tax, and I'll just tell you the truth, I don't believe in property tax reform. I don't believe in property tax relief. I support one thing and one thing only, and that's property tax elimination. You own your home. You don't have to pay rent to the government for services you don't use anymore into perpetuity. And here's the most screwed up part, is in the last 5 years, statewide property tax revenue is up 76%. What do they have to show for that? Are your schools 76% better? Your roads 76%? They're not paying our cops 76% more. They're not paying our teachers, our nurses 76% more. So I'll bore you with the math if you don't mind, which is We're collecting $20 billion more in property tax statewide today than we were 5 years ago. To make sure you never pay a property tax bill again, we'd have to forego $18 billion of revenue. So what does that mean? If we go back to spending within our means, fiscal conservatism from just 5 years ago, if we can get our budgets back to where they were 5 years ago, not 25, 5 years ago, we have enough money to make sure you never pay for property tax bill again. That's my detailed plan. The governor's kickstarted it. It's going to be the next governor's job to continue it. And with all due respect, Congressman Donalds, I've known him for years. I had dinner with him before I jumped into this race. His own polls have us in second. He's got 42%. I've got 39% of the vote. We got 66 days left. He has said he'll eliminate property taxes, but on one condition: he'll raise your sales tax from 6 to 12%. And I just don't support any new taxes on Floridians.
Well, maybe you can show him the math and it'll work out.
Well, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and we're here today because Congressman Donalds originally agreed to a debate earlier this year. He then backed out of it, and he said I was racist, and that's why he wouldn't do it. There's nothing racist about calling out black-on-black crime. These teen takeovers, the reoffenders, it's a real problem, and so I don't appreciate being called racist. This debate still needs to happen. We've got a CBS debate on July 15th in Jacksonville. We've both been invited. I've accepted, he hasn't. And a Fox News debate on July 21st in Tampa. I've been invited and accepted, and he hasn't. And I think the voters deserve a debate. They deserve to, you deserve, whether you support me or not yet, you deserve to hear his vision and my vision. And by the way, at the end of that debate, if you want to get behind his vision, I'll respect that 100%.
Is he refusing any debate?
Refusing any debates.
With anybody?
With anybody. And I said, look, President Trump debated 11 times when he first ran for president, and I don't think you're better than President Trump. You got to earn the respect of voters. That's what I'm here to do. I live over in Madison. I started off my day in Lee, small town, went over to Jasper. I'm here, then I'm in Orlando tonight. We've got 287 campaign events between now and Election Day. Okay. We're leaving it all on the field. And I'll leave you with this one last little tidbit, if I may. The polls show that if Congressman Donalds is the Republican nominee, he will narrowly lose to the Democrat in the general election. Those same polls show that if I'm the Republican nominee, we'll win by 5 points. The reason why? We've got the youth behind us. We've got independents behind us. We're building a coalition, and we're showing up to every town, not just Miami, Naples, Jacksonville, and Orlando. We're showing up to every small little town in the state and sharing our plan directly with voters. And I invite you to hear Congressman Donalds' plan today. I think you've heard a little bit of mine. Yeah. Visit fishback2026.com. And after today, there'll be a debate, and I hope you'll tune in.
All right.
There is a debate.
I hope there is.
You support a debate. I think we all deserve that.
I support debates with everybody
With everybody.
included, as long as they're...
Is there reputable candidates?
Yeah.
We're polling at 39% in a New York Times recognized poll that came out on Wednesday, and he's saying that his fake poll, whatever, it's an excuse, and it's okay. I can understand if you think you're ahead, you don't want to debate, it's yours to lose, but the voters deserve better.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, head on in there.
Okay, this door.
Yes. What's up, Patriot? Where's Charles? Okay. We need to have those guys on that side. Alex, this side. Gentlemen, why don't you four go on the other side of that plank there, on the other side of that awning. Hey. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Do your thing.
Let's kill it. Go on that. You want to go on that side? Just go on that side
Are
over
we
there.
going inside?
No, don't go on that side. Yeah, just go on the left there. Charles, another door, right? There's another door, right?
I haven't checked.
We need to man every door.
Yeah, that one's locked. They locked it.
This one right here is locked?
Yeah.
So he's probably going to come in that way.
Well, either it's locked and they're going to unlock it.
Hey, John Luca.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
Great day to be great. How you doing?
The people deserve a debate.
Damn right.
They deserve it. President Trump debated 11 times, and this guy thinks he's better than Donald Trump?
Ridiculous. I've been all on the boards calling them out.
Do it. Call them all out. They're trying to rig the election. They're trying to steal this election. They invite us to give the keynote address And then 24 hours, they revoke, ban us, and everything. Remember, the establishment hated our founding fathers in 1776. They hated this guy named Ronald Reagan in 1980. They hated this guy named Donald Trump in 2016. They cannot stop what is coming. Remember, if we weren't a threat, they would not have banned us. If we weren't a threat, they would be debating us. If we weren't a threat, they wouldn't be nonstop obsessing over us. There's two types of republicanism in this country. There's the watered-down, squishy republicanism of Byron Donalds that lets our jobs be stolen to H-1Bs, that's okay with abortion so long as it happens before 15 weeks, that's okay with abortion so long as it happens with mifepristone, it's not as ugly, and we are here in Columbia County, in Lake City, to send a resounding message that we don't believe in the politics of incrementalism, we don't believe in the politics of gradualism, we reject the politics of evolution. This is a revolution to take our country back. Please clap. Kind of hard with the signs. Oh, hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Good to
Nice
see
you
you.
again.
How's it going, guys?
Good to see you, man.
Patriot. Patriot.
Long drive.
Patriot.
Good, man.
Surround this thing. Everything here is protected by the First Amendment. This is a public park. We're here to send a loud and clear message. Byron Donalds will not steal this election from the people of Florida.
Yes, sir.
No, we're good. Thank you. Where's Ryan? Oh, there. All right. So you know what you got to do next, right?
Can I put this here? Would that get them?
Yeah. No, just leave it. Hey, Chloe.
This would be a really great shot right here. 3, 2, 1.
Let me get in here.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Let's not forget, Charlie Kirk died debating in this country. Our founding fathers toiled in the summer of 1787 to debate for the Constitution. This guy wants to succeed the greatest governor in Florida history, and he's not willing to show up to a 90-minute debate and explain why he wants data centers in every single rural community in this state. Byron Donalds, show up and debate, or we are not showing up in the general election. You're a coward. You have to debate so we can prove who has the winning vision for Florida. I'll tell you, I know Byron Donalds. He is a good man. You'll never see me attack his character. I'll troll his name a couple times. I got some names for him. Have you heard of Byron? Have you heard of AIPAC Shakur? So Randy Fine said it was anti-Semitic of me, which is why I apparently got kicked out of the keynote address at the Republican State Convention, because I said that as governor, I would never take a penny from AIPAC. It's called America First, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you answer the call to? Do you answer a call to the brave deputies here in Columbia County who need more funding? Whose FRS needs a COLA? We need to knock down the retirement age from 25 to 20 because they're working harder than ever. But what did Byron Donalds say about law enforcement after George Floyd overdosed on fentanyl? He said that police brutality is a problem. Byron Donalds, no. Black on black crime is a problem. We will stand and fully back the men and women of law enforcement. Byron Donalds said that I have zero political experience, and on this particular issue, he is absolutely right. We don't need any more people with political experience. We have enough of that in this country. There are 100 members of the United States Senate, 97 of whom have taken money from AIPAC. We do not have a two-party system. We have a one-party system. The left wing and the right wing, they're both wings. They're attached to the same bird. And on August 18th, I'm asking you, give me a 12-gauge shotgun to shoot that bird out of the sky. This election is a choice. Do you want old Florida or do you want new Florida? With all due respect, and it won't hurt my feelings, if you want data centers, head on inside. He'll tell you how he's going to cut the regulations, cut the impact fees, eliminate any slowdown in data center growth in Florida. Go on in there, vote for Byron Donalds on August 18th. But if you believe our farmland should not disappear before our eyes, if you believe that Florida is bigger than just making Mark Zuckerberg a trillionaire, if you believe in protecting our water and our land, if you believe that no AI data center is worth giving up these oak trees, if you believe that the roads that line Columbia County on US 41 ought to be protected from out-of-state developers and the people who have lined Byron Donalds' pockets, I can tell you there's a candidate, there's a campaign, there is a movement of young and old, black and white, Christian, Muslim, and Jew who are rising up in this election, who have uttered the same words as our founding fathers did in 1776, and we have said, enough is enough. We are going to put America first. It's no different. If you want to go be a fry cook at McDonald's, you're willing to sit down for the job interview. Can you imagine you go into McDonald's, you tell them, I'd like to be a fry cook. And they say, what's your experience? Oh, I gave billions to Israel. Why? Because AIPAC gave me millions. Well, all right. Well, you did a job before this. You were in Congress, weren't you? Oh, yeah, I've been in Congress for 6 years. Before that, I was in the State House. Well, what'd you do? Well, I missed about a third of my votes. What have you done for the people of Florida? And then even if the McDonald's manager wants to give you a shot, all right, I'll give you a shot. Just come in on July 15th. Come in to do an interview. Come in to handle some tough questions. I want to see where your background is. No, no, no. No, no, master, no. No! That's racist. Answering questions, standing next to James Fishback. He called us racist. He called our supporters anti-Semitic. We will stand and protect Jewish Floridians in the same way we will protect Christian Floridians, and we will stand with every single citizen in our state to fight to make life better for them. We are sick of the culture wars. We are sick of the exhaustion. We are sick of the media saying that your neighbor who voted for Trump is your enemy or the neighbor who voted for Kamala Harris is your foe. No, every American wants a better life for their children. Are there some Marxists? Sure. Send them to Somalia with Ilhan Omar. But for the rest of us, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, whether you're voting for us or not, know this: I will be a governor for you, for your kids, for your grandkids. We've got to protect our state. We've got to stop the development. We have to stop AI data centers. We have to protect Florida jobs by ending the H-1B scam. We got to pay our public school teachers more because the best of the best deserve it, and our students deserve a public school that works for them. And if as a parent you decide you don't want to send your kid to a public school, we'll make sure that every single dollar follows your child so you can send them to the educational pathway of your choosing. Hey, is that Byron? Hey, Byron, come over here. Hey, Byron! You look like the church's chicken, not Popeyes. I'm confused. Byron Donalds wants you to believe he's going to stand up to Planned Parenthood. Byron Donalds wants you to believe he's going to stand up and bring down insurance costs. Byron Donalds believes he's going to make Florida better, but he's not willing to go on CBS News for a 90-minute debate. Byron Donalds, you're a coward. Byron Donalds, you're a chicken. We're done playing games. I'll tell you, the Republican Party declared war on us yesterday. 24 hours after inviting us to be the keynote speaker at their big Sunshine Showdown, they said, no, 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 we're not going to do that anymore. We're not. Why? Because James Fishback agreed to do the CBS debate. So let me get this straight. The same Republican Party that refuses to host a debate is mad at us for agreeing to debate another candidate who refuses to debate. Is this Cuba? Is this China? Is this North Korea? This is the United States of America. If you want the job, show up and debate. And I'll tell you, when he shows up to the debate, it's over. We win. End of story. We're going to stop data centers. Byron Donalds, in his own words in November, said he's going to speed up the construction. Byron Donalds wants to eliminate property taxes, but only if we double the sales tax from 6 to 12%. Byron Donalds has done nothing for our state, but I'm here to tell you that this election is not about choosing between the lesser of two evils. We have to assert an affirmative vision of our own. And let me tell you right now, I believe in the principles of the Constitution. But the Constitution is nothing without total, undying loyalty to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but the First Amendment protects the rights of any religious citizen to practice their faith peacefully. It also protects our rights to say that Christ is King. 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 Christ is King.
Christ is King. Christ is King.
Remember, Byron Donalds was the one last week who was caught on video saying, quote, abortion, as distasteful as I think it is just a medical procedure. No, Byron Donalds, abortion is murder. If you want a squishy Republican, if you want someone to hand this state over to the Democrats, Byron Donalds is your guy. We are running this race by working harder than everyone. We've got the best volunteers. We've got the best team. And I can tell you, to the grandma who pulled me aside in Jasper earlier today who said, we've never had someone running for governor come to Jasper. You have our vote. We're going to win this election one vote at a time for the next 66 days. We've got to fight. We've got to stop data centers in Florida. They will drive up your electric bill 30, 40, 50%. They will jeopardize our water supply. They will plummet your property values. And what did Congressman Donalds say on November of 2025? That he wants to speed up the construction of data centers. We don't want data centers in the state of Florida. You can build them back where you grew up in Brooklyn, Byron, but you're not doing it here in the free state of Florida. It is impossible for young people to buy a home in this country. You, your kids, or your grandkids will not be able to live out the American dream, and we are going to do something about that. We are going to fight for that. We are going to put affordability front and center in this election. When my dad was growing up in 1960, half of 30-year-olds were married and owned their home. Today, it's less than 15%. That is a national crisis. You, your kids, and your grandkids, they deserve to be able to buy a home. Is that Byron on the phone? Let me talk to him. Let me talk to Byron. Tell your grandma to vote Fishback, because I'll protect her Social Security. We have no ill will with Congressman Donalds' staffers. They have privately told me that he is an insufferable DEI hire. I welcome you and your patriots to come to our campaign, to join us in the next administration. We're not going to do anything we haven't done before. Nothing that we are talking about is particularly ambitious. You could raise a family on a single income 30 years ago. You can't do it today. You could buy a home without competing with billionaire private equity firms 30 years ago. You can't do it today. You could make that Social Security check count 30 years ago. You can't do it today. The reason I'm here, the reason we are here is because Byron Donalds called our campaign, which is polling in second place, he called our supporters racist. There is nothing racist about speaking the truth. And the truth is that teen takeovers are not takeovers. They are violent riots, and we must bring them to an end. We have got to fight. For the FSU grad that I met 2 months ago, he applied to 100 different positions at Amazon, 100 different jobs. only to be told that we are not hiring Americans right now. We're only hiring H-1Bs from India. I am homesick. You and I long for a country where we can get a job if we're qualified and we don't have to compete with somebody halfway across the world. We need our jobs to go to qualified Floridians, and together we will end the H-1B scam once and for all.
Oh, well, there you have it.
How do we do it? We do it by applying a dynamic, recurring annual fine. You want to hire some guy from India for 50 grand and you're going to fire the young mom of two who makes 70 grand? Congratulations, you're going to pay a $20,000 fine every single year. Now your employee who's doing everything right, she can stay for 70 because you're not going to hire the Indian for 70, the 50 plus the 20. We must stand up for American jobs. That's what President Trump has asked us to do, and that's what we will do in the free state of Florida. Aiden, grab that. This election, you okay in there? All right.
I think he's here.
Is he here?
Could be.
Oh, is that him?
Oh, yeah.
We might need to go on the other side then. Give him a warm Columbia County welcome. Go the other side. Let's go. Make sure there's no Dewey. Make sure it's not a decoy. Chloe, watch the other side so they don't decoy us.
They're telling him to go to the other side now.
Okay, we're going to keep switching. It's like Frogger. He wants to duck debates. We're going to show up. Some people stay there. Let's ask him why he won't debate. I want every entrance covered. Are we still good?
Yeah. Just double check that.
Don't let that thing cut. Every entrance covered. It's really simple. We wouldn't have
It is back. It's on.
You're on? Yeah. Have you seen Byron Donalds? He's ducking me. He's ducking all of us. He's ducking the voters of Florida. President Trump debated 11 times when he ran for president. Governor DeSantis even said that Byron Donalds should have to debate. Why does he think he's better than debate? Better than answering basic questions in front of voters about his property tax plan, he doesn't have one, stopping AI data centers, he wants to speed them up, $4.6 million he made in Congress, the fact that he said that police brutality, oh look, is that him? Oh, it's a DC license plate, it must be. Hey! Hey, dummy! Hey!
Hey!
Hey, didn't you call me racist?
Hey!
Hey, you called me racist, didn't you? Hey, Byron, am I a racist? Call me a racist to my face. I talk about black-on-black crime. You don't. You never mention Austin Metcalf's name. You hate white people. Own up to it and accept it. Let's have a real debate, Byron Donalds. You're a coward. You're a DEI hire. You didn't earn crap. You didn't earn anything except the $4.6 million you made trading stocks in Congress. You should be in jail with Nancy Pelosi. The way you treated the January 6ers. The way you've treated the people of this country.
Fish back! 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 Fish
Hey,
back!
Byron! Hey, Byron, remember me? Hey, Byron, you called me a racist. Remember that? You called me a racist, Byron. Remember that? Say it to my face. Say it to my face, Byron. Say it to my face. Say it to my face. You're a coward. You won't say it.
Why won't you
debate? Why aren't you going to debate? President Trump debated 11 times. You're better than him? You're better than him? DEI hire. Didn't earn it, Byron. I'll see you on the debate stage, baby.
Fish back! 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 Good work, y'all.
Fired up. Fuck yeah. Fired up. Let's go.
All right, Ryan, you can take your head off for a second. I want you to die.
Hey, let him fry in there.
Give that man some water.
Patriot!
Water for the chicken.
Patriot! 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 Patriot!
We're not going anywhere. You might as well sleep in there. We're not going anywhere.
Thanks. You guys want some water or Gatorade or anything?
I appreciate it. I got something.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the sheriff's deputies.
Back the blue! Back the blue! Back the blue! Back the blue! Back the blue!
Here's what we're going to do for law enforcement officers. We're going to make sure that your retirement is adjusted for inflation. It's called a COLA. We're going to make sure that that retirement check keeps up with the price of rising goods and services. Deputy Williams, you have my word on that.
Come on over.
McDonald's says that there's police brutality.
He said there's police brutality.
Police brutality.
We don't believe in police brutality, Byron. You know what? You know how you don't get brutalized by the police? You don't sell drugs in 1997 to teenagers. He did that, by the way. He didn't say anything about Austin Metcalf. Carmelo Anthony should be sentenced to death, and he won't say anything about white lives in this country. Holy moly.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. It looks really good.
I saw him.
You know him personally, so he is actually. So it actually affects our family at home personally whenever we see a lot of people trashing on Austin. So.
Peeing on his grave. And look, he's on social media. He has every right to call this out. I don't know why he won't. He's a former Democrat. Maybe that's something to do with it. But guys, honestly, Byron Donalds is not the problem. You see that arrogance on his face, that smug? That's $81 million of arrogance. He's been paid off to have these positions. Have you ever heard anybody in Lake City or Live Oak or Madison, anywhere in the state, say, I want a data center? No. No. Byron Donalds is paid to have those views. He's been bribed by the authorities, by the people out of state, the hedge fund billionaires, the property developers, the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world. Our beef, I kid you not, our beef is not with Byron. The last time I saw this guy, quite literally, the last time I saw him, we were having dinner at the Capitol Grill in Naples, and he paid, which was awesome. That calamari was expensive. So I don't have a beef with the guy. We don't have an issue with our fellow brother in Christ. It's who is he answering to? This is a spiritual battle. St. Paul wrote in Ephesians chapter 6, this is bigger than flesh and blood. The war that we are up against is against demonic forces. The people in the Epstein files, they are subhumans. He refused to sign the Epstein discharge petition with the patriot Thomas Massey. Let me tell you right now, as governor, I'll appoint a special counsel to reopen the Epstein investigations in Florida. This is what's called a little bit of a peaceful protest. It's called a peaceful protest. We like peaceful protests.
Smile for the cameras, though.
This makes January 6th look like a tea party. But the truth of the matter is, we just love our state. We don't hate anybody. You will never hear me say that I hate Byron Donalds. You'll hear me say that I hate the fact that our public schools are underfunded and FFA programs are getting cut left, right, and center. You'll hear me say that I don't want data centers on farmland in Columbia County or Marion County. You'll hear me say that as a fourth-generation Floridian, as a Christian, as a husband, that I want a state that we are proud to raise our children in, and they are proud to raise their kids in. There's nothing evil about Byron Donalds, but there's something evil about the people who gave him that money, and that starts with AIPAC.
When you surround yourself with evil, you become evil.
Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Sir, what's your name with the open carry?
I just walked right by.
Hey, Franco. As opposed to Draco. Can you come over and tell us what you're doing with the open carry? Because we support it 110%. We support the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution in Florida. Good to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Oh yeah.
I saw you outside of our last event.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
there's a lot of people, not just Democrats, but even some squishy Republicans, who find what you're doing, Franco, as offensive, whatever the case is. Tell us why open carry is the most patriotic thing a gun owner can do.
Well, I mean, like I said, our Constitution says we can, and that's pretty much what started this country, saved this country many times, you know?
That's right.
And I started, honestly, you know, I usually keep to myself, I keep my head down, I work hard. I'm a head of household, so I got the one income, I take care of my wife and 2 children, you know? And like I said, I stayed out of trouble, and the reason I started open carrying was one day I went up to pay my taxes up here in Lake City, and I just wanted to take a picture of my transaction with the government, like, you know, Smith v. Cumming, and you got the Florida Constitution, Constitution, United States, freedom of press, and I wanted to just you know what I'm saying, take a picture of what I'm doing. And when I went in there to do that, the tax collector that happens to be in this building right now threw me out and trespassed me from a public place for taking a picture while I'm paying my taxes. I just wanted my own transaction. And when I told the sheriff's department, and I told, you know, hey, you know, here's the laws that say I can do this, here's the city ordinance that say I can do this, they didn't care. They just said the tax collector didn't want me there, and if I come back in a year, I go to jail. I lose all my liberties. So I said, I wanted to come to ask you, would you be more about transparency and give us something like, I know these aren't popular places, but like California and New York has, where you have the right to film public officials in the course of the duties, and it's absolute. Would you be able to do something like that?
I would.
Awesome.
And I would want that.
But then you
It's
gotta-
called government transparency.
Yeah, that's what we need.
You should be able to film any government employee anytime you want. And I'll tell you, the government employees are doing a great job. They want to be filmed. They want to show off their hard work. These deputies don't mind being filmed because in Columbia County they stand with law enforcement here. And think about this. This is America for a moment. You've got a sheriff's deputy over here, Deputy Williams, and you've got an American patriot with open carry. And they are standing at ease because law enforcement is the greatest ally of the Second Amendment, and we will always back the blue in the state of Florida when I'm governor. Charles? Byron Donalds to debate.
Because he's a coward and he's hiding behind the fact that he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Would you hire somebody that refused the job
Absolutely
interview?
Not. And I'm a retired chef. I used to have over 3,000 people under me at the casino, and I let the people vet them, and then they came to me before anyone was hired to work for me, because it was my name that was out there. Everyone knew Chef Ron, and they knew if it was wrong, they knew to come to me. And by him hiding, where no one's given an opportunity, you're not given an opportunity to call him out on all the wrong things he's doing and ask him to explain why he's doing what he's doing. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I'm embarrassed. I voted for him once. I'm embarrassed. So every time you say Brooklyn, I cringe out of embarrassment, because we deserve better. I moved here in 2007. Florida's my home. New York's not my home anymore. And I want to save it, not for me. I'm 57, not in the best shape of my life. I got a 21-year-old son, a 25-year-old daughter. I want to know they're going to be taken care of when I'm gone. And I'm relying on you to do it.
We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. And the way you take care of people is the government, people know this, they don't want the government to endlessly give them handouts. They want the government to get the heck out of the way and stop rigging the system against young people who are qualified. Take the H-1B program. There are a dozen 7-Elevens in the state of Florida that have H-1Bs from India on the payroll. H-1Bs from India. Imagine you're an 18-year-old, you just graduated high school, you're living on mom's couch, you want something a little bit more. And you know the 7-Eleven job isn't perfect. You know the Slurpee machine's going to be down half the time. But Sophie, in that moment, you want a good paying job. 14, 15 bucks an hour. It's not 30, but it's a place to start, only to find out that when you apply, they're not hiring American citizens. They're only hiring cheap H-1B foreign labor. Your daughter deserves the ability to earn a job in this state. And I'm the only candidate who has a plan to stop foreign workers from taking our kids' jobs and stand up for their futures.
Let's go!
When I got into this race, when we started this journey together, we were polling at my least favorite kind of milk, 2%. I'm a raw milk guy now, by the way. Anybody ever had raw milk?
Not yet.
So here's the thing. The experts who said that the vaccine was safe and effective have a couple choice words about raw milk. They say it's dangerous. To that we say, before the sun sets on our first day in government, we will sign an executive order ending the war on raw milk in Florida. In Florida, we are never going to allow them to pull the COVID hoax again. Remember that hoax? They said it's from China, it's deadly, it's no worse than the flu. They shut our country down. They arrested parishioners, threw priests in handcuffs. Now, you're okay to riot in the streets with BLM and chant George Floyd's name. But let me tell you something right now. What happened to George Floyd should happen to no one in this country. No American should die from a fentanyl overdose on our streets. We got to stand up. We got to end the addiction crisis in our country. I'm pro-life. I believe that life begins at conception, but I'll tell you, it does not end at birth. We got to fight for the moms who need a little bit of help to raise their kids. We need to fight for the most important government institution in the history of mankind. And no, that's not a constitutional republic. That is called the nuclear family. There is no better form of government than mom and dad at home raising beautiful, God-fearing kids. And you do that by stopping the incentive to stay single, to get divorced. We all know the numbers. A single mom with 3 kids will make more money on welfare today than a married mom with 3 kids. What message does that send to people? Stay divorced? Never get married? Sleep around? No. We believe the most holy union is marriage, and we're going to protect that union, and we are going to end the welfare state so people can pull themselves up by the bootstraps and know and do what they are all capable of, which is greatness. We have to decide who is in charge of our state. We have to decide, because I'll tell you, we talk about AI data centers, we talk about something called the electricity prices going up, we talk about the water supply being jeopardized. Get this, a single data center will guzzle 500,000 gallons of water. Not every month, not every week, every single day. That bozo in there said he wants to speed up the construction of AI data centers. Ma'am, may I ask you, do you want to speed up the construction of AI data centers?
No, I want to keep it shut.
We're going to keep it shut. We're going to stop it dead in its tracks. As governor, we will ban the construction of data centers in the state of Florida. And I don't care if Mark Zuckerberg doesn't become a trillionaire. I don't care. Our land, our birthright, our nation, the blood and soil of our ancestors steeped into the ground beneath us is more important than the corporate profit margins, is more important than the NASDAQ hitting a new all-time record. It's more important than GDP. We don't worship GDP, but in Florida, as Christians, we worship G-O-D. We worship our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I was asked by CNN the other day, they asked me, are you a Christian nationalist? Interesting term, never heard of it. But I said, well, if you define Christian nationalism as I'm a proud unapologetic Christian, and I believe that Christianity, the principles of Christianity, should inform our government, like the 10 Commandments, the Gospel of Matthew, the writings of St. Paul, then absolutely call me whatever you want. Let's advance Christianity in our government. But the road to hell is paved with good intentions. We can't lose sight of the state of play. The chance that we have to revive American greatness is only possible if we revive a spiritual awakening. And I don't mean some pluralistic spiritual awakening where you go off to Thailand and do some Buddhist excursion. I mean a spiritual awakening that revives the promise of John 14:6, that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, the life, not one of many, not a multiple choice. He's the only way to get to heaven. He's the only way to eternal salvation. But Christianity doesn't start and end at church on Sunday. It's how we live out our promise. Luke 6:46 makes clear, why do you call me Lord, Lord, but not do as I say? We as Christians are called to follow those commandments and those precepts, whether we are teachers, small business owners, parents, children, and yes, even the governor of a state. Commandment, thou shalt not murder. Abortion is murder. We must end abortion in the state of Florida. The fine intellectual gentleman inside, I'm not going to lie, he had a nice suit. Probably because it's not full of sweat. Sorry, darling, you're going to need to clean this later.
I was going to ask you if you want me to take your jacket.
No, I'm good. But here's the thing. I can't live with the thought of a young mom from Columbia County or Marion County being pulled aside and say, now's not a good time to be pregnant. Go here. They close at 8. Take care of it. Take care of what? Pregnancy is not a curse. Pregnancy is a gift from God, and it's time we remind society of that. That's why, as governor, I'll shut down every single Planned Parenthood in the state of Florida. And the 53 Planned Parenthoods that we are going to knock to the ground, Joao, you might burn them to the ground. I'm not going to stop you. They're murder centers. Who cares? Here's where we're going to do something a little bit more. Because abortion can end, and it will end when we win. Who is that? Oh. Abortion can end, and it will end when we win. But you know what's not going to end? A young girl who finds out unexpectedly that she's pregnant. That's not going to end. And think of the young girl who walks into Planned Parenthood thinking that the name on the door actually means something, that they are there to help her Planned Parenthood, help her raise her beautiful daughter. She turns to them and says, hey, I need help with baby food and diapers. No, ma'am, we don't do that here. I need help with childcare. No, ma'am, we don't do that here. Well, at least could you help me cover the cost of childbirth? It's never been more expensive. No, ma'am, we'll cover the cost of something else, but it won't be to give birth to your child. This is not about Republican or Democrat. It's not about left versus right. It's about right versus wrong, good versus evil. And the murdering of children is evil, and together we will stop it. Now, I believe in a fair debate. And because Mr. DEI doesn't want to debate, I'm going to just state his position and you can judge it. His own position from an interview with Tudor Dixon in May of 2024 was, quote, verbatim, quote, abortion, as distasteful as I find it, is a medical procedure. No, abortion is murder, and we will end the murder of the innocent in the state of Florida, Byron Donalds. I mean this with all sincerity. Pray for Byron Donalds. Pray that he finds the wisdom to accept the gospel of our Lord and Savior and not play this little golden corral game where he picks from over here, he ignores that, he picks from over here, he ignores that. No, you accept the entirety of Christian principles. The two most important commandments our Lord and Savior says in Matthew 22 is love God and love thy neighbor. How do you love your neighbor when there are 2,300 homeless vets who will sleep on the street tonight? I'm sorry, I don't want to hear that we don't have money when we just sent $300 billion to Ukraine to lose a war. Bring the money home, house our vets, and give them the care they deserve, they fought for. He is high on his own supply. You can see that the way he just thinks, the way he looks. A New York Times recognized pollster this week said that Byron Donalds is in first place with 42% of the vote, and we are in second place with 39% of the vote. That's why they're going all out on us. That's why they canceled our keynote address, because what I was going to say in that keynote, the Republican establishment isn't willing to hear, which is this: if you take money from AIPAC, you're a traitor to the United States of America. You're a traitor. It's that simple. You got to put America first. It's not about Israel. You could take money from Sweden, you're still a traitor. You could take money from Ukraine, you're definitely a traitor. You could take money from any other country. But if you take money from them, the question deserves to be asked: who are you working for? It's really simple, Byron. If you're the nominee and you're going to win, why don't you debate? We are not polling at 1 or 2%. Even his fake polls don't say that. Every single poll that this idiot has put out has us in second place. Every single one. 66 days to go. The election's not next week or even next month. We got 2 full months. And we're going to keep pushing ahead. Not because we are motivated by ego. Very few people here had ever been a part of a political campaign until we built ours together. Very few people here ever felt called to the twisted world of politics where duplicity and disingenuousness are ubiquitous. We are standing up against a corrupt system, a system of Democrats, but I got to tell you, we got some really lousy Republicans as well. The Republicans, for example, in Florida in March of 2018, who after the tragedy that was the Parkland shooting, decided to make it illegal for 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to buy a gun and defend themselves. That is wrong. That is gun control. And as governor, we will end it and put the First Amendment back on top. The Second Amendment back on top. The First, second, top, flip. So we got to decide what we're doing. It's really simple. Debate. Our founding fathers debated summer of 1787. JFK and Richard Nixon debated. Ronald Reagan and Walter Mondale debated. George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Ross Perot debated. Al Gore and George Bush debated. Barack Hussein Obama and John McCain debated. And yes, even Hillary Clinton debated. This guy won't debate, and Hillary Clinton would. That is shameful. How are you going to stand up to special interests? How are you going to stand up to people who are trying to push harm on us and halt an America First agenda if you're not willing to stand on a stage and debate the issues? Why? What is the issue with that? Why is our state unwilling to do this? He's scared. He's sweating bullets. He's a chicken. We saw that. Thank you, Ryan. Give Ryan a round of applause. Make no mistake, we wouldn't be here right now if he agreed to the debate. We'd be chilling, drinking a nice cold beverage at home. But this debate is bigger than our race. You may not support us yet, and that's okay. But you deserve to see your candidate. If you're confident that your candidate is going to take on the Democrat in the general and win, you need to know they got a little bit of debate prep in them, and there's nothing like doing the real thing. Here's the truth. The polls that came out last month say that if Byron Donalds is our Republican nominee for governor, we will lose to the Democrat in the general election. If I have the unbelievable honor of being your Republican nominee, those polls say that we will beat David Jolly, the gun-grabbing, vaccine-mandating Democrat, by 5 points. Why? Because we're building a movement. So you might not like our style. You might not like our tone. To that, I say, get over it, cry harder. It's called the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. But guess what? We got to fight. We have to fight like the future of our state is on the line. I'm in this race for one reason. Because the Florida that I grew up in is disappearing before our eyes. Farmland is being replaced by solar farms. Data centers none of us voted for are being shoved down our throats. The cost of living crisis is crushing everyone from a college grad in Lake County to a sheriff's deputy in Columbia County, even to an overpriced, self-important congressman in Collier County. We are going to fight for everyone to get a great paying job to live the American dream if they work hard enough. Yeah.
Speaking of the cost of living crisis issue, I believe that there is a weights and balance issue within Florida, specifically our school boards, our counties, and our cities.
Sorry, weight and balance?
Yes.
Not Randy Fine.
Quite possibly. But the issue I'd like to bring up to you specifically is that a lot of times these counties and school boards, they have a budget, and what they do is they fit their income to their budget by knocking on the door of the property appraiser and say, hey, we need X amount of money for our budget. And what we don't have, like a state in Texas, which they do have a law that says they must do this but don't exactly enforce it, is that they have what is called USPAP, or Uniform Standards of Appraisal Practices, that say, well, you say your house or your property is worth this much, but what ends up happening is it's them. Trust me, bro. I said it's worth.
Trust
this
me,
much.
right. And by the way, the more they say it's worth, the more they can fleece you in taxes.
Exactly. And
there needs to be more transparency there and more accountability. The property tax system was once manageable, was once affordable. Now it's a complete and total scam that's being used like a parasite to suck our blood every single year. Property tax revenue in the state of Florida is up 76% in 5 years. They're collecting 76% more today than they were 5 years ago. Ask yourself, are your roads 76% better?
Not quite.
Are your schools 76% better? They're sure as heck not paying law enforcement 76% more, that's for sure. That's why we're going to fight for sheriff's deputies and police officers in this state to get a 25% raise on day one. Whether you've been on the job for 10 months or 10 years, you deserve every penny for keeping us safe. FRS is going to have a cola. After this, I'm going to have a Coca-Cola. And we're going to do something great. This is not about animus. This is not motivated by venom. This is us flipping tables, ripping up the script. We are not going to be treated the way the establishment has treated us for too long. The days of moral victories are over. To the person who pulled me aside last week and whispered in my ear that we had already won, I'm sorry, no we haven't. We will win on August 18th. And we'll do that by campaigning, by showing up, by asking tough questions, by doing the hard things, by sharing our plans with specificity, never ducking and hiding. And yes, whether Byron Donalds is there or not, there is a debate on CBS News on July 15th in Jacksonville, and you are invited to be there with us in the audience. And the truth is, how can this continue? In 1984, George Orwell wrote something that wasn't supposed to be an operating manual. It was supposed to be a warning sign. We're not letting bygones be bygones. What we saw in the Epstein files was as clear as day. Democrats at the highest level, and I'm sorry to say, even some Republicans at the highest level, were trafficking and abusing little girls. Epstein didn't just have his little island in the Caribbean. He had an island right here in Florida, an island in Palm Beach County called the Island of Palm Beach. And capital sexual battery in Florida carries no statute of limitation. Whether it happened 15, 20, 30 years ago, it does not matter. That's why when we win, we will appoint a special counsel to reopen the Epstein investigations in Florida.
I'm worried that I'm never going to be able to afford a home, let alone afford home insurance. What can be done to change that?
What are you paying for rent right now?
I pay $750.
$750 a month.
That's cheap compared to all my other friends.
That's, yeah, holy moly. You know what? Screw home ownership. Just stay there. Just stay there. Holy moly.
Never be able to.
I might move out of my place and move in with you. Hold on one sec.
You can come back here. I'm not going to chug it all.
So, here's the thing. It is next to impossible to buy a home in the state of Florida if you're under the age of 35 or 40. It didn't used to be this way. And so when people say, James, why are you so ambitious? Why are you making all these promises? We're not really making a lot of promises. I want the promise of going back to where we were as a state in 1989. Get a great paying job, qualify to buy a home, get married, have kids, raise a family, retire comfortably. We did that before, and we can do that again. But it's not going to be easy. For home ownership, we have to do three things. Everything is unaffordable if you don't have a great paying job. So we have to stop the replacement of qualified American workers in our state with cheap foreign labor. We have to supercharge new industries in space and aviation, bring back great agricultural and farming jobs, put technical and educational vocational programs back in our public schools, have a job fair at every single Florida public high school every school year, so when you go there, you can learn what career path you want. That's number one, get a great paying job. Number two, have you heard of something called Blackstone? BlackRock. These are private equity firms run by billionaires, and they have bought up 117,000 single-family homes in the state of Florida. That's 117,000 homes that you or I can't move into, that your kids can't grow up in, that your grandkids can't be raised in. We have to ban private equity firms from buying up entire neighborhoods in Florida. That's how we restore home ownership for the next generation. Yeah! And then you touched on a pretty important point, which is this. The home can often be like a white elephant. You get it, and then you find out the costs are even higher than you thought. You somehow miraculously to get a job, we end private equity, then you have the home. But what about the all-in cost of living in that home? Electric bill, property insurance, auto insurance, heaven forbid you have an HOA. All of these things. How do we bring down cost? Number one, the HOAs in Florida, and this is not up for debate, they have borderline become criminal enterprises. They rig contracts for their own. They submit bids. They submit deals without any bids, and they line their own pockets. Tell me how it costs $450 to cut grass and paint a fence once a year. How does that work? Come on over, guys.
Best seat in the house.
HOAs are not companies with profit margins, and their job is not to maximize profits. They're here to provide a basic utility, and an HOA company should only be taking in as much as it needs to cut your grass, to clean the roads, and to keep your neighborhood tidy. That's it. End the fraud. Open a task force, which I will, into homeowners agencies, and actually homeowners associations. That's the heat. And actually crack down on this. This can't continue. Again, this is new. An HOA didn't cost the equivalent of $500 20 years ago. Property insurance wasn't the most expensive in the nation 20 years ago. What happens? What gives? And I'm sick of people saying that Florida's a red state. Of course it is. We're Republicans, we're conservatives, we're Christians. We love the Second Amendment. We love going to profess our faith on Sunday. But when I see Florida, Chloe, I don't see Republican and Democrat. I see Americans. Whether you voted for me or you didn't. Hold on. Uh-oh. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Where's that microphone?
What could he possibly have to say?
He's coming out here. They're just turning the truck around.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, they just turned the truck around.
All good. False alarm. How we doing? Good. You want to go on socials?
Yeah.
That was a
I gotta go ahead and go to work. You mind if I get a picture with
Let's
you?
do it.
All right, cool. You mind taking a picture? Oh, well, shoot. No, I guess you don't know. Whatever.
Anthony, get in here. It's called open carry.
Well, thank you, man.
Let Anthony get one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right over here. 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
We support open carry in the state of Florida.
It, man.
You do what you do.
Oh, thank you.
This is your constitutional right. And remember,
Yeah,
constitutional rights were not given to us by government. They're given to us by God. And it's our job to protect them. And what you're doing right now is more important to defend the Second Amendment than any politician in Washington could ever do.
Yeah, thank you, man.
So keep it up. You have my support.
Cool. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Can I get a picture?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry.
Hey, James.
Nice to meet you, Sophie. Not out of my own will.
What's your name?
Kate.
Hey,
I'm
Kate.
her mom.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You live here?
Yes, in Fort White.
Sure, I know it.
Yep.
I had a family friend who lived there when I was a kid. I visited, going to Itchituckney quite a few times as a kid.
Yep. I live 2 miles from there.
Oh, beautiful.
Have
Do
all
you-
my life.
Do you guys go there often, like tourists do?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Me and my sister used to walk down there in the summer, and then my parents would drive down there and pick us up, and we'd eat dinner, and then we'd sit in the back of the truck, in the bed of the truck, and ride home.
No way.
No seatbelts, no nothing like that.
That's better than some water park at Disney, isn't it?
We didn't have air conditioning, so that's how we cooled down to the
Sure.
at night.
What is it, year-round, what, 72?
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
Yep.
I got a spring where I live in Madison, so it's really cool to go swim in there. But I just love the current.
Yep.
And it's actually pretty tough
We used
current.
to wash our hair. Of course, we'd go when it was closed.
Yeah.
They knew my dad, and he had a key. This is way back when, like way back in the day.
Yeah.
So
you were in there doing the pledge?
Yes, sir.
yes,
How was it in there?
I mean, they were pretty chill, but
They're
yeah.
good people. Now, let me ask you, are there more people out here or more people in there?
I literally texted our family group chat and said there's more people outside than there
Yeah,
is in
y'all
here.
were loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, look, we're just, we're at a public park. We're doing our First Amendment thing.
Yeah.
We believe in First Amendment.
freedom of speech.
Got to exercise it. This gentleman here came with a rifle.
Yeah.
That's how you exercise your Second
I said,
Amendment
"Do you want
right.
me to go get mine out of the car?" She was,
I said, no.
We're good. We're good.
Oh, good rabbit. You got a sling?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Open
just
carry.
a handgun. Yeah. No, but honestly, her and her brother love you.
Yeah.
Can you vote in this election?
No,
I
she's just
can't.
15.
Can she convince you to vote for
They're
us?
working on it.
Yeah.
What matters to you? Talk to me. What matters
Everything
to
you
you?
spoke about.
Okay.
So between them two, her brother can vote. He's 20.
Okay.
And he will vote for you. He's already told me that. So this was for him. This sign was for him.
Yeah.
And that one was for her.
What's his name?
Trey.
Can we make a quick video for him?
Absolutely.
I'd love to.
Will. You might have to. My battery's low.
Okay.
We both will, just to make sure it doesn't die. You ready? Yep. All right.
Hey, Trey. Thank you so much for your support. We're sending you back with a sign. Just talk with your mom and sister. We're going to win this election on August 18th, and we're going to do it because young men like you are rising up. Remember, Jefferson was 33 at the signing of the Declaration. Madison was 25. Alexander Hamilton was 21. You're 21. I'm 31. Young men built this country. Young men will save this country. Thanks for what you're doing.
He is going to die because he is actually going to fire school.
No way.
EMT, then fire school, but he is in a lecture today to learn how to drive the fire trucks and everything. So
Wow.
he'll be very mad that he didn't get to be here.
Well, this is our second stop in Lake
He
City.
was mad he couldn't go to the first
Yeah,
one.
we were there.
Oh,
Probably
I
back
was
here.
so mad.
I know.
couldn't
Why
go.
couldn't you go?
I was at prom.
Darn.
Yeah. I saw it. I know some people who got a picture, and I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
Well, we had to come back for a second time around.
But they asked her to do the pledge because she's her senior chapter president.
Awesome.
And she's like, I want to go.
I saw,
And I
I saw
said-
the message, and I saw his name, and I was like, I
said,
just kind of
"Look,
flipped my phone over.
Respect, girl. I said, look, you've been asked to represent your chapter.
Right.
This isn't a personal thing.
That's right.
I said, you've been asked to represent your chapter. Your chapter has many beliefs, and they represent lots of different faiths. I said, you're representing your chapter. That's what you go and do. And she said, okay. She said, wouldn't it be cool if Respect was there? I said,
As I was
yeah,
driving here,
yeah.
I was like,
No
what
way.
is fish back
Wait,
here?
you had no idea that was coming?
No clue.
We
at
had no
all.
clue.
I looked at Mom, I was like, wouldn't it be so cool if he was here? And she's like,
I
I
said,
don't
yeah,
know. I was
no.
like, he probably will be.
We walked up, and she goes, there's a chicken. This is so embarrassing, Mama. I just don't know. And she goes, oh, no, Mama, no.
I
it's
looked
him.
up, I
It's
like,
him.
as I was walking up, I was like, oh my God, that's fish back
It's
there.
really
like,
him.
I could hear your voice. I was like, that's it.
It's really him.
I
was
look
like,
over, and you're speaking.
oh, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This is your dream come true, isn't it? She goes, I think it might be, but I have to walk by.
Good to meet you, Sophie.
Nice to meet
So when we came out, she's like, oh, we're going over there.
Yeah, I got done with the pledge. I kind of stood there for a second, looked at Mom. I was like,
We're going.
and we walked out and came around.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we're glad to meet you.
Well, thanks for coming out.
Yes.
Thank you so
And
much.
work on her. Work on her.
They are, trust
Oh,
me.
I will.
And you worked on me, so.
And that's what I'm here. Look, I'm not here. I'm not one of those guys who's going to sit here and say the other guy sucks, the other guy sucks. I'm running because we're done with lesser of two evils. My wife and I both want a state that we can all be proud of as Floridians. But what's best for us? And sometimes that's going to be really far-right Republican ideas, or weren't so far-right, by the way, to our founders. Sometimes it's going to be ideas that, like paid maternity leave. You know, one day when you have a child, you give birth on a Friday, you shouldn't have to go back to work if you're working on Monday morning. We're going to fight to make sure she has access to paid maternity leave. She shouldn't be punished for having a kid. So, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.
Sure.
Thanks, Sophie.
Thank you so much. Good to meet you.
Yeah. Anywhere from Teresa now?
No, I've not heard anything. I've been totally.
She's like, I guess she just keep going. I guess she's calling audible. It's fine.
I'll call her.
No, just we're good.
Leave it. My sister.
What's up, Patriot?
I don't know.
What's up, Patriot? Isn't this weird? There's literally a DC license plate on this. Are we paying for this as taxpayers? I'd like to know. Have Sean run this. Oh, wait, where's Sean? I know. Where's my free government vehicle? Oh, wait, where's Sean? All right, he's done.
You want to make a TikTok or what?
Sure. What do we got? What's the new one?
This one. But you have to hold the sign instead.
Okay. May I?
Yeah.
So what do I do?
Anything you want with your hands, but give me that for a minute.
This guy could come out at any time, so if you're on the outskirts, make sure you have your sign, have it up. We need everybody lined up here. He could come out at any time. His car's right here, so. I'm sweating.
I know, I can do it.
Is this what sweating feels like? Because I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't.
All right, what am I doing, Chloe?
Give me that, and you're going to do something with your hands to make it appear, and then I'll put it in your hand.
Yeah. What should I do? Like.
You can do whatever. You can do, like, do one of these.
Can we finish the USA one?
Yeah, we can do that. Do one of these, and then.
Okay.
And then I'll put that.
All right, got it. All right, got it. So.
3, 2, 1. Okay, hold on.
Not your fault. She was off on
That was good motion, though, right?
She said one when it was two.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, someone else go.
That's going to be a good one.
All right, someone else. John Luca, go. Good to see you, Patriot.
Good to see you.
Remember, our Blessed Mother is our warrior.
Always.
Always.
Get over there, brother. I'm not going to be in it with him.
You got some hair on you.
Thank you. Wow, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
What do you think? How's my tone? I was a little too crazy when he was
You
coming.
get a little crazy.
When he came, I was a little too crazy.
Yeah, you were. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't even yell at you like that. Where's my megaphone?
Behind the sign right there.
Anthony, your dream shot is right here. Everybody, we need everybody packed in. Everybody, no empty space here. Pack them in, signs up.
With the chicken. I know he's sweating up a storm in there.
Those of you in the front row, keep it chest level. Those of you in the back row, raise it right up. Otherwise, it's just going to be a sea of like.
Give a round of applause for Anthony, our incredible photographer. Round of applause for Ryan. Chicken, 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 chicken. You don't want to debate because your IQ is 85. Get on out here, Byron. Pack it in, guys. Come on, pack it in. Last time there were these many cops around Byron, he was taken into custody for selling drugs in 1997 in Leon County. Thanks. Give him a round of applause, guys. These are patriots right here. We back the blue. We back the blue in Florida.
Thank you, Sheriff Williams.
Hey, you.
Those of you over there, if you're shorter than the person in front of you, switch places.
Guys, you guys don't even need to be there. Come on this side. That's not even need to be in the angle. Just don't block his way.
There we go. Squeezing.
Get a little more density back there.
Guys, you're patriots. We're holding people accountable. That's what this country's about. Holding people accountable. Remember, Charlie Kirk died debating. He died out of love of debate. We have to honor that in this country.
Yes.
Our favorite Georgia resident.
Patriot.
This is what we call historic. This is what we call historic. It's called holding our people accountable. Our founding fathers are proud right now for what we're doing. We're holding. Remember, he's a taxpayer-funded official. You see his